gotta respect the jack. You got to. They may not be the best eating fish in the water, but they always put up one hell of a fight. You know, for such a small fish, I mean, they put up more fight than sharks of similar size. Literally. I mean, they, oh, almost dropped the paddle there. By the way, I got paddles strapped to the back of my boat. I always go out there with a second pair, and the ones that are secure to the boat, they cannot come out. So you're gonna do, if you're gonna go far from shore, you definitely have to have an extra pair of paddles in your boat and have it secure to where it cannot come out. But anyway, I've been catching jacks a long time, even before I adopted the fishing pole. I've caught a lot of them on the yo-yo. See, there's a picture of me of the largest jack I caught on the yo-yo on the bridge in Sugarloaf Key. And I've been using the larger baits, and that's why I'm using the fishing pole now. And so long as the mullet are still in town, I'm going to continue using the fishing pole. So I just really want to capitalize on that this year. And you catch a lot of bigger fish, bigger fish than my gear can handle. When you run live mullet on the line. But anyway, I've caught them on the yo-yo, I've caught them on the fishing pole, and I caught them on the cast net. One time this year, well, it's 2015 now, but last year in October, I was at White Street Pier, and for whatever reason, I mean, there was just a giant pilchard convention going on in the water. I mean, half the pier was just covered with those little fish. I mean, you could not see the ground. I've never seen a bait ball that big before. And the birds are going crazy. It must have been like 20 seagulls just screaming and hollering, circling around in circles. That's their favorite food right there, even though they can't eat it. They can't dive in the water. They're not aquatic birds. Got the pelicans doing their dive thing, and I was there looking for mullet, and I was just totally in awe of this huge bait ball. I've never seen a bait ball that big of pilchards before. And so I was just sitting there checking them out, and of course all the dumb tourists were going back and forth in pier, totally oblivious. I mean, they probably thought it was the ground or the grass or something, because they were just sitting there. They weren't moving or anything. And all of a sudden, man, they all just moved at once. I mean, it was just like a huge cloud, a dark cloud, just all move at once. And right behind them was chasing a big school of jack. I mean, it must have been like 30 of them. And it was all in one long row. It's like a train of jacks. And I said it real loud, holy shit, just like that, holy shit. And I got everyone's attention on the pier when I said that. And I launched that frickin' net. And I wasn't convinced that I was going to catch them, but when I felt my arm being tugged, I mean literally trying to pull me over the edge of that pier, and I knew I had them, man. And I pulled them in. There was like 6 of them. They were like in the 12-inch range. So yeah, and they fight. I mean, they fight. I mean, look at me in this video, man. This is a 15-minute battle for this freaking fish. So jacks are fun as hell, man. I love them. I love catching them. Sometimes I eat them, but they're mostly just really fun to catch. There ain't nothing wrong with jack, man. If you're having a lot of problem catching other fish, man, go ahead and eat it. It ain't bad. And this trip here, see, this is in the Turkey Basin. We were going to do some lobstering today, but as usual, every time I decide to go lobstering, I end up doing something else. Look at my hands getting all tired just from trying to pull this damn jack in the boat, man. It's ridiculous because it's such a small fish. But anyway, I always end up doing something. I'm not a really good. I don't know a whole lot of spots for where the lobster hang. I mean, I know where they're at. I know where they're at. You know, at 6 miles out, I know where they like to hang out. The majority of them. But it's just very time consuming to kayak way out there, and your back's all stiff at the end of the day. So I don't really do it, and I don't know a whole lot of spots, you know, closer to shore. But you know, I think eventually I'm going to get into spear fishing, and you know, I'll focus more on lobster then, lobster and grouper and hogfish, because that's how you catch those things, man. You got to get in the water with them. And it's just, I think that would be a lot of fun, and I'll focus more on that. But right now, I'm just having too much fun just being dragged around by these fish, dude. It's just fun as hell. And today, I had a friend out there with me, and thank God he was there. And it was kind of a rough day. As you can see, you can look at the water. It was like 10 to 15 miles per hour winds, and we went lobstering, but I ended up pulling this fish around instead of catching lobster. And we got some, but they were like really small, and so we had to let them all go. And on the way, this almost turned out to be like a real bad trip because I got hooked bad. I got hooked. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened, but I was just backing the tree out of the mangrove, and the line got hooked in the mangrove somehow, the fishing line. And I got the fishing pole in my hand. I was trying to work the line out without actually having to cut it or anything. And then somehow the stupid freaking hook got into my finger as I was trying to pull it out. And you can see the way the wind is, how bad it is. So I'm hooked to the damn tree, and the wind is pushing my boat away, and it pushed my boat like a good 25, 30 yards away from the damn mangrove tree. I was like, holy fuck, dude. You know, I couldn't let the bail down on the fishing pole because I was afraid I'll get pulled overboard. But eventually I did, and I mean, and then I had my friend cut the leader line for me. But that right there could have really got way out of hand. They could have pulled me overboard, and I would then have to work the stupid lost fishing pole, work the damn stupid hook out of my finger, and then swim after my boat and in the drift. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard kayaking. We had to kayak all the way back to shore fighting against the wind, and it's hard even for me, and I'm used to it. I mean, just to cover like 25 or 30 yards, it can take like a couple of minutes. So when you go like 3 miles, I mean, it takes a long time fighting against the wind like this. There goes the paddle again. I mean, I'm prepared. The barb didn't go into my finger, thank goodness, but it did go in pretty deep. I'm prepared to deal with a situation like that. I mean, I got the cutters, and I know how to do it, but I don't want to be dealing with barbs, dude. I do not want to be dealing with that shit. And I'm thankful this time I had a friend out there to cut the leader line for me, so he helped out a lot. But he might be watching this video. He was complaining the entire way back to the shore because he's not used to this shit. I mean, to me, this is just an average trip. It's no problem for me to do this. And he was complaining the entire way back. Says, I can't do it, man. My arms are not fit enough. But you did it, dude. You did it. So why do you say you can't do it when you did it? And I mean, if you mean you're just tired, then I mean that's what needs to happen in order to get stronger. If you want to get stronger, you got to get tired. You got to feel the pain. I mean that's just the way it is. And eventually, you know, it'll be like nothing to you. Now, times when I don't go out there, it's a pretty good size. 15 minutes. 15 minutes for that fucking thing, man. It's a hard fighting jack. It's an ugly fish. And even after all that battle, the minute I put him in the water, he just darts off. That's how much energy those things have. Alright, man. It's not like a real good fishing video, so I figured I'd just throw in some fishing tales in there. A little bit of story. You all have a good one.